Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my first vlog, and it's going to be a weekly vlog. This week we're doing in-services, and I'm prepping things for my classroom, and maybe doing a little things to my classroom here and there. First of all, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the comments that you're leaving. You guys are so kind, and that's exactly why I wanted to make my YouTube channel in the first place, is to just build a bit of a community, a bit of a family. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Adriana, and I teach 6th and 7th grade math in Virginia. A lot of you guys have been talking about my accent a little bit. I am originally from Kentucky, so that will explain my southern accent, and thank you for the good compliments and stuff like that. Anyways, as you can see, I've got a ton in the car back there. I've got my lunch and other things there, and I'm going to... I'll show you what that is. It's a surprise. I'm so excited about it. Anyways, I'm just going to talk to my mom on the phone while I drive. I do have a little bit of a commute. It's about 35 minutes depending on traffic. So, it's not too bad, and it's a beautiful drive. There's mountains everywhere. So, and I should probably tell you guys that it is Monday today, August 10th, 2020. Okay, if you can tell by my wardrobe change, it is another day. It is now Tuesday, the 11th, and I ended up not having time at all to vlog yesterday. It was just meetings back to back to back to back. It was a lot of like catching up with our coworkers and stuff. We wore a mask, we socially distanced, we were safe, and then we just kind of got to work, and it got pretty overwhelming pretty fast. However, I will go ahead and show you the state of my room. Okay, the lights are off. We're gonna start at the door. As you rotate around, this table is crowded, just like always. This is all kinds of school supplies, more back there. That's some binders that I found that I'm going to need to reference. This is what I just brought in. The board's the same. I got a to-do list on there. I did get that coordinate plane hung up, and if you wanted to know what that looked like, this is the only place that they could hang it, and now that it's there, I think I kind of like it because it won't take up any of my boards. I was gonna put it over there, but it would take up a board then, so I like it here. It'll just take up the word wall while we're using it, and then we can just pull it and lift it back up. It usually goes higher than that, but I still need to take that home. That fell again. This is that file that was hanging over there, and so if you have a way to hang that, let me know because it's not working. There's my breakfast. Still haven't cleaned my fridge, so my drinks are just on my desk. I got this built and just wrote welcome because honestly, I wanted to see how well it erases. Oh my gosh, that was on there all night, and that's how easy it was to erase. I'm barely applying pressure. That is great, and it's got wheels and it rolls around really smoothly, and then up here flips up, and I don't know if you can see, but it's got little clips you can kind of see on each side, so you can hang an anchor chart in there, and it's really sturdy. I really like it, and it's massive. Let me show you with me in the frame. As you can see, it is plenty big enough. Like, it is big enough. I love it, and I got it on Amazon. I'll link it below for you guys. Come around here, I did go to Walmart and try to buy those bins last night, but they're all out. I guess because of college and back to school. So we may not have those when the kids get here, and that's okay because they can't use them anyways. They're not going to access them. They're basically just my storage for me to access and lay out for them. These are binder dividers. Again, same thing with the stationery right there. If you see on the desks, each kid is going to get 2 glue sticks, 20 pencils, and some erasable colored pencils. Don't know why I couldn't think of that. Pack of paper, sticky note, and a pen, and then they'll get their binders that they'll set up. And we're going to take this stuff and put it in a little bag for them. I'm going to let them decide, because they are middle schoolers. I'm going to let them decide if they want to keep it themselves, or if they know they won't keep up with it, I can keep up with it. Other than that, the room is the same. Okay, I'm just going to give you a little update, give you a little bit of a walkthrough of how my day was yesterday that you missed. First of all, it's currently 7:48, and I'm here. Last night, one of my classes opened up early for my master's degree, which I don't know if I told you guys that I was doing yet or not, but I'm doing it. And it was just, I looked over the assignments, and it was just a lot. And I'm not even going to try to lie to you guys. I feel really overwhelmed. I am worried that I'm not going to be able to get it all done. And because of that, I feel like I'm like kicked into overdrive, and I feel like I need to go, like now. And of course my job is going to be my priority, but I just don't know how I'm going to manage all of it. The only thing I can think of is that I would need to like sleep, eat, and breathe work. So hopefully I'll stop stressing about that. So yesterday when I got here, we had our faculty meeting. I got here around 9, and the meeting was great. They updated us on everything. I'm not going to give you all the information on that because some of it isn't public to my parents yet, so I'm not going to talk to you guys about it until it's public to them. I will say that the teachers do not have to rotate from class to class anymore. The students are going to rotate. They're going to stay 6 foot apart in the hallway, and they're going to wear a mask on top of that. So that's how we're getting them to rotate, and we're going to stay here. As far as their desks, I'm color coding my desks. So, and I will show you this once I get it done. All the desks with red tape will be for my homeroom, which is my homeroom and my first block, the same kids. So the red tape will be for them. They will only sit at desks with red tape. There's only 4 of them in both groups A and group B. My largest class is a class of 9, so the desks that are labeled blue will be for my block 3 to sit in, and the desks that are labeled yellow will be for my block 4 to sit in. That way they're not sitting in a desk that's been used by another student all day. At the end of every day, teachers are to clean their desks with this special solution that the school is giving us, and clean their doorknobs and stuff like that, which I'm going to do that frequently throughout the day as well. So everybody's going to be safe, and everybody's going to have their own space. With my largest class size being a class of 9, there will be no problem separating them. It has to be at least 3 foot when you're in the classroom. However, I'm going to do as much space as I am able to do in my room. But anyways, because I'm not switching, we'll be taking just a little bit of things out of this cart. After the meeting, we just kind of went back to our own spaces. There's a new teacher, and she's my age, and it's wonderful, and we just hit it off so well, and we're going to be just teacher best friends. I know it, no doubt. We have a lot of similar beliefs and everything, and she's wonderful, and I'm excited about that. So her and I just kind of hung out and worked together, and I helped her with her room, and she helped me put up that board that I showed you guys, and it was great. It was a good day. It was a productive day. It was a busy day, and I just never really had the time to pick up the camera. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is hang my lights up there. I got some of these clips, and they even have lights on there showing it hanging, because if you notice, they're falling, like right there. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to hang them up there because I don't want kids to bust them by leaning back on them if they're down here. So I'm going to get that done before our meeting. Okay, today I'm being a much better vlogger, so that's good. Let me show you the little bit I've gotten done. I did some work on the computer. I got those lights hung, as you've seen in the time lapse. And then I've got my desk color coordinated. I totally just thought that that was going to be like a super satisfying scene of my beautiful pens just sliding into their bucket, but because I have a slide obsession, they won't fit. And it was anything but satisfying. I just want to say that I love the community here. Like, I can't show you the shirt, but I was just given this blue shirt. It's a school shirt. And then I can show you the mask though. I was given this mask by another teacher that also teaches math, and she had 3 and she kept one for herself, gave one to me and gave one to our math specialist. So the math crew, we all have matching masks. And it's the little things, it really is, that helps you like feel better, especially during these times. Okay, so I have created my to-do list, and I'll probably add to it slowly as I think about things. It makes me feel less overwhelmed, even though it's a lot, and even though just this portion right here is like, oh my goodness. Right side is, I've already started on that portion a little bit. I have about the first week of 6th and 7th plan, but not remote. So I've started on that. I guess I need to be this way so I'm not washed out. It's the beginning of the week, so hopefully by the end of the week, the end of this vlog, I will be much more confident and feel much better. Until then, I gotta get to work. Okay, I am currently struggling a bit. My school uses Canvas, and I'm trying to get on there. I've gotten on there before, but my password wasn't working, and I know it was my password because when I make passwords, I write them down. I don't know what it is, so I did like a request new password thing, and they're like, this email will be sent within 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay. So I start doing some things around my room, picking up, cleaning up, and here I am like 35, 45 minutes later, and I still have no email. And in order for me not to feel overwhelmed, I need to get done what's important first, and that is the content that my students will receive for the first 2 weeks. Like, I need the first 2 weeks planned. That's all I need. But this email still hasn't sent, and without Canvas, like, there's not much I can do. So that's the dilemma I'm having right now. Wish me luck. Does anybody else need a notebook that's literally just for their random thoughts and their random ideas? Because I do. I can't function without it. I need to write everything down, and I need to write it down when I think about it. This notebook travels with me. I also wanted to show this. It's like leveled math questions, and I really, really like it. So if you're interested in it, go ahead and pause it and take a screenshot or something. But it is pretty great, and I reference it quite a bit. Good morning, beautiful people. It is now August 12th, a Wednesday, and I'm just doing another in-service day. I'm slowly getting things together. I'm pretty stressed out right now, but I hope that will change once it gets closer to the end of the week, once I get more things lined out. It's all gonna be okay. I know it is. I know it is. I will make sure to take you along with me and update you throughout the day. Thank you again for being here. Okay, so I haven't got to update you guys as much today as I did yesterday, so I'm going to kind of walk around the room with you and give you a bit of an update of what I've been doing. Here is my list. This board is definitely like one of my favorites in my room, and I've been working on it. The only thing I have to do for my remote learners is I'm going to record a video for them, just welcoming them and stuff, but I'm not doing that till Monday. I just completed this portion of this box, and I do have my blocks and my schedule printed out, just not laminated and hung up. I completed that. I created a bunch of groups, Group A, Group B in my remote, but I need to create groups for the activities we do in class. It's kind of like stations with like a weird spin on it because we're middle school. I need to label my word wall, which is right here. Other than that, I have set up my SOL binders, which are all right here. Other than that, I've been very productive and got a lot done. I'll kind of give you a pan of my room. I got that table in here, and it looks so much better, does it not? I love it. One big project today was just going through and organizing all of the school supplies. I can't get too close because there's student names. That has stayed with the command hook right here. and these couldn't hold it because it was too heavy. Right there is where my schedule cards are going to be, and I also do like this point system for classroom management with my students. That's going to be on that bit of board as well. Everything is staying, nothing is falling. I did fix that because I misspelled I didn't misspell it, but I used the wrong word. It is this sense, and I put the other sense. Another new addition to my classroom is I put border at the top and bottom of that, and I think it makes that corner look so cute. Nothing's different through there. They might tell me to take these down for fire purposes, but I'm not going to move them until they do. But they're staying up really, really nicely. And then on that, I made that like a month ago, that poster, and I just don't like it, and I also spelled struggle wrong. So it's supposed to be 2 G's. Apparently, I need to like not rush as much when I create anchor charts. Thank you guys for pointing out that I used the wrong sense on my Let's Talk Math board, and if you ever see anything wrong in my classroom, like, don't hesitate to tell me, because I'm only human and I make mistakes. But I'm obsessed with my classroom. It is perfect. Other than that, I've just been going to meetings and helping out my coworker set up her room because she's not done with her room like I am, and just trying to prepare. Good morning, everybody. It is August 13th, Thursday, and I'm here at school, as you can tell. The week is going really well. I don't have much that I really need to do left to prepare. I'm actually going to start getting into week 2 and actually preparing content for students. There's one thing on my mind though. I stumbled across a YouTube video last night about students returning to school, and it was awful. Like, it looked so sad. Like, they put sad music on in the background, and they just made it look awful. They made it seem like a prison, and I hate that, because I feel like a lot of kids want to come back to school, and even though we're 6 foot apart, and even though we have to wear masks, like, you can still tell someone smiles by their eyes, and you can still hear their laughs, and you can still have meaningful conversations from 6 foot apart. And I think that the media and that people need to focus on the positive more than the negative, especially this year, because it's been a tough year. And it really upset me. So that's on my mind this morning, and I want to make sure that I have a talk with my students about that. But I wanted to show you what I had planned for like the first week of school. Okay, so this is going to be my 6th and 7th grade first day. We are not going to be focusing on like the syllabus and procedures as much. We're going to do a growth mindset lesson, because I feel like they're overwhelmed with information the first day, because every other teacher is going over their syllabus and their rules and expectations. So today we're going to go over a growth mindset, which I think is extremely important in math. So this will be on as the students come in, and I'm going to have something on this board, but it's not up there right now. And it's going to like ask them how they're doing, and they're going to put a sticky note up there. I'll show that to you when it's done. I have this, if you've ever heard of the book Math Curse, there's a movie for free on Amazon if you have Amazon Prime. It's like 15 minutes. It's basically this student who gets cursed by his teacher to realize, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but to realize that math is everywhere. So he goes through his entire day. It is a girl. So she goes through her entire day, and everything reminds her of math. It's great. But so we're going to show that, and then we're going to do just like a quick write of things that they think of. Can you think of anything else in the world where math is used? Then I'm going to introduce myself. Got to do that. Introduce my little animals. By the way, my cat's polydactyl. He has thumbs. And he's adorable, isn't he? Introduce my boy. This is my chocolate boy. This is my love of my life. Yeah, I can't live without this doggy. And then I'll talk about things I hate, which sounds bad, but it's just like disrespect, bullying, laziness, giving up. So the kids know, like, when they start to give up, I'll be like, that's something I don't like. And they'll be like, oh, yeah. Talking while I'm teaching, that's a pet peeve of mine, like many teachers. I wrote them just a little kind of sappy letter because it's an emotional time, I think, and you can read that and pause it if you want. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. I like that quote, so I included that. And then I'm giving them a math mindset questionnaire. They will do it on paper, and then we'll go through this slide and do it together and share what we talked about. You can pause that if you need to or want to. Then we're doing time to struggle. So I'm creating this little paper where you cut it and fold it a certain way and it looks crazy. And I'm going to give them 10 minutes to make their paper look like my paper. And I'm going to give them some scissors. They can come up and look at my paper, but they can't touch it. And I've got this little timer here, so it'll count down. As they struggle to make the same like structure that I have up front displayed, I'm going to go through and take notes and like record what they said and kind of like document how their mindset changed, because when they first see the paper they're going to be like, this is easy, but the trick is it's like twisted, and I will show you that whenever I set it up as well. So then they're going to share their thoughts. We're going to answer these questions, which you can pause and read if you need to. Oh my gosh, it's just going again. Well, I need to fix that, don't I? Okay. Then I just point out, like, if we made all of these traits of a person, like all the negative things that they felt and like them struggling and stuff, like how easy would it be to win a football competition, to get a job interview if you were that negative and gave up, to go to college. And we're going to talk about life hardships because children go through a lot of stuff, so I want them to apply that. They can put these same concepts to life, relationships, trade work, what else is difficult, and have them kind of share. Then I've got this Khan Academy video that says you can learn anything. It's on YouTube and it's amazing. So then we're doing the hashtag the struggle is real, and I have an anchor chart that goes with this that I have to create. I actually made it once, but it was like a month ago and I spelled struggle wrong, so I'm redoing it. I don't really like it anyways. So we're going to go over that anchor chart, and this slide's just to remind me to do that. And then they're doing this, and they're going to make like a word cloud of all kinds of positive words about themselves. And then just in case I need, like, that doesn't take the whole 70-minute class, then I have a about me thing that they can color and that they can do. We are hybrid, so as you know, I only see them in person twice this week, so this is the second day. And this is when we're going to go over the syllabus, or a lot of kids don't know what that means in middle school, so I just say it's how class will work and how class is set up. And then we're going to go over staying safe. While we do the syllabus, they will have like a doodle note thing to do, which I will show you guys once I make copies, which I'm doing today. Then we're going to go over staying safe and just talk about why it's important to follow these rules at school and stuff like that. Then we're going to talk about discussing math. We're going to do these very, very simple math problems using like math talk, which my bulletin board in between my bulletin board right there has a bunch of stuff on it for math talk, so that will play into that a lot. But you have to learn how to talk and use it with simple math before you can ever use it with hard math. And then we're going to do can you follow directions, and I'm going to do a sheet that is just, you've probably seen them before. If you read the directions, it'll only tell you to do like 2 or 3 problems, and they got to do weird things like stand up and yell something and stuff like that. But if they don't follow directions, it's going to take them forever to do it. And the first person that correctly follows the directions will receive a little reward. This is what I'm going to display whenever they do it. I'm going to be really serious about it and stuff like that. Even though the questions are going to be silly things like go to number 4 and circle the word 2. Like, it's not going to be hard, but I'm going to be very serious about it. Then we're going to set up our binders, and I'm going to talk about following directions. They are doing it themselves. I think it's an important skill for them. And then that's the end of that day. And again, I will have that about me coloring sheet that they can do if we don't have time on this day. So maybe we get through the first lesson, but we don't, but we have extra time at the end of the class after this lesson for the second day, and then that sheet will come in. And if we have extra time on both days, then I will just get on TPT or something and find something fun and relaxing for them to do in case this day runs a little short, because I'm used to 90-minute blocks. I'm not used to 70-minute blocks, so I really have to feel it out before everything's perfect. But I usually make sure I have like some kind of early finisher activity. One task that I'm really going to focus on today is getting all my copies made and laid out for the first couple days. So when I make those copies, I will take you through and show you show you the papers that I was talking about. I also need to create some things, so I'm gonna go add that to my list right now. Okay, so I have gotten some things done here. Let me go ahead and show you. I got my schedule cards up right there. I redid this poster. And then I went ahead and filled that in just because I was excited. Here's how my room is looking. I got those labeled. I still need to buy those 2 down there, and it bothers me so bad, but they're just out everywhere because of college and school starting. But I did get my labels, and I think I'm going to leave the bottom ones unlabeled because I think I'm going to use it to kind of grow into the space a little bit. I did change this. It did say block 1, block 2, block 3, but now I do block 1, block 3, block 4, and 2 is my planning. And then I've got a lot of stuff printed off. So let me show you the stuff that I've printed off for the first week. I've got our word cluster that we're going to do. And I've got the syllabus and the like about me for... I still need to create the following direction thing. And make copies of that. And then make copies of my syllabus after I fix it. So I'm going to work on doing that now. Okay, I just finished my lunch and I came back to like start lesson planning. By the way, if you guys are interested in what I eat for lunch and stuff like that, let me know. I don't want to show it if it's going to bore you guys, but I just wanted to show you like my layout when I'm lesson planning and how crazy it gets, and I just want to know if this is how it gets when you guys lesson plan too. Got my V8 energy, can't live with that. I showed you guys this, I reference it often. I've got my slides up, tons of tabs open. I've got this, some curriculum framework, and then you come over here, and this is where it really gets crazy. I've got my pacing guide, I've got things under there to reference, I've got my book, under here is my planner that I've jerked out a couple times, my sticky note, my pen, then I've got a little trash pile there, then I've got my sentence strips, and these are the first 2 words that are going to get added to the 6th grade word wall. And this is how I decided to do them. I think it's pretty cute with just my handwriting with the black marker and some examples that might help them remember around it. And then this is the place value one, which I'm not a fan of and I might redo, but it's good enough. Then I've got my stack of paper for my copying. Like I've got a whole setup going on. And my goal today is to get the first week of content planned for 6th grade and then get that following direction worksheet created before I leave today. I don't care how long it takes me, it's gonna happen. Okay, so I want to show you guys kind of what I have. I'm struggling. It's like I'm out of practice. Someone's walking by my windows and they see me like talking to a camera. Anyways, I feel like I just feel out of practice and I feel like my lessons are like lacking the usual creativity. Like Have you ever felt that way? Because I hate it. I hate it. Like, I don't know. I'm just not in the swing of things, I guess. Or maybe I'm just overthinking. I do that a lot. So, like, I'm going to show you what I have and help me, because this, like, it should be edited and up in enough time for me to go through and take your advice. Okay, so I'm doing adding and subtracting decimals. And I decided to, like, break it down. First, I'm going to ask them this: what is a decimal? Where do you see decimals? And we're going to have a discussion about that. We're going to talk about why it's relevant and stuff. I don't put everything on the slide because I just kind of go with the flow once I start teaching. And then we're going to talk about, like, place value with decimals. What are they? Like, digits to the left of the decimal have whole number values. Digits to the right of the decimal have decimal values. Yada yada. They should know this from 5th grade, but they don't. I put a little reminder there for me to do, like, standard form versus word form and all that. We're going to practice and fill these boxes in with some decimals that I'm going to make up on the spot. Then we're going to talk about the difference between, let me get my pen, the difference between, like, 0.5 and 0.05 and 0.50. Like, these are the same, and it's basically 0.50, and which is half, and this is not half at all, and all that, which goes with the previous slide, the place value. So it's just furthering that to the level they need to be on, which is 6th grade. And I like to use coins to do that. Then we're going to just line things up. So that's a regular addition problem with no decimal. We're going to practice lining it up. I might make up a few extra addition problems if I need to. We're not going to solve them. We're just going to line them up just to be like, you know how, just to kind of connect their knowledge from the past. Then we're going to take these 3 addition problems and we're just going to line them up. We're not going to solve them. We're going to line them up. So line them up. Then we're going to solve this regular addition problem. And then we're going to solve each of these regular addition problems now that we've got them lined up. So I'm trying to show them how similar it is to their past knowledge that they already know. Because they see a decimal and they start freaking out. They hit their panic button is what I call it. Then we're going to do a word problem. And I only did one because these kids, they really are used to word problems, and they will have more word problems whenever they practice. I like to do a lot of, like, hands-on things with my students and stuff like that, but a lot of those ideas, if I'm honest, like, I just think about, I'm like, oh yeah, I can do, you know, this strategy, but it involves them touching things that another student has touched, and, like, then I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do that. And I feel like my problem with this lesson right now is I'm just getting a little too overwhelmed and upset because of all the things that I typically put in my classroom that's super fun that I'm realizing that I just cannot do this year. So I think I just need to get over that slump, and it might mean that I have a boring lesson or something, but I have to think differently, I feel like. Okay, so after completely, like, just freaking out and being a little bit upset and procrastinating because I can't do all the fun things and stuff like that that I love to do teaching this year, there was just something missing, so I decided to look back through my standards and everything that I'm supposed to cover for this first quarter, and I think I'm going to change the order. My pacing guide says that I need to do 6.5 first, which is adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing decimals, and mixed numbers, and fractions, which is a huge standard, and that's what it says that I'm supposed to go that's what it says that I'm supposed to do first. That's a huge thing. That's a huge deal. It follows you throughout your entire math career. Okay? And I just don't think I want to cover it first. Like, looking back at the other 2 standards that I need to cover is 6.1, which is the student will represent relationships between quantities using ratios and will use appropriate notations such as A to B and A to B, like the different ways to write a ratio. And then there's 6.2, and that's what I'm supposed to cover last in quarter 1, which doesn't make sense because listen to what 6.2 is. represent and determine equivalencies among fractions, mixed numbers, decimals, and percents. Compare other, and the 6.2b is compare and order positive rational numbers. Why would you add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions, decimals, and mixed numbers before you just talk about representing it and determining equivalency? Oh my gosh. Didn't I just say that word? Anyways, before you do that, like, you'll have a better understanding. And that's where I was getting hung up also, because I was like, I'm jumping into this hard content. Fractions especially is hard content for them, and they don't even really understand what they are. So I'm going to do 6.2, which is recognizing the equivalency, and then 6.5, which is going to be by far my biggest unit this quarter, and then 6.1. Okay, so it is Friday, and I'm quickly running out of the combination of a cute teacher t-shirt and leggings. Today we have a really good PD that I'm excited for. It is how to effectively teach hybrid classes, and I'm hoping that I can get a lot of good information from that. I am exhausted, though. I'm so tired, and for the last couple months, I have been working all day and then coming home and working until about 8 on my master's degree. I'm still sitting in my driveway, and I realized that I forgot my watch. However, I'm not going to go back in for it. It's just, it is what it is. Even though the house is right there. I'm just going to get to school, and I'm just going to get to school, and my priority is going to be just tying up loose ends. And I also want to get the first week of actual content created, so technically week 2, done and planned. This is going to be the last day of the vlog, so I'll also take you guys around the classroom a little bit. Plan on a classroom tour, probably Friday, so the kids will come back Thursday of next week, and then Friday they'll be there as well. So I will give a classroom tour after the kids have been. Good morning. Can I get a large caramel frappe? Okay, thank you. My principal and the custodian were sitting in the office whenever I got my temperature taken, and they cracked me up because they were guessing and they were playing a game to see who was closer. So the custodian was like, I bet her temperature's 97.2. And my principal was like, I bet it's 98.4. They're just like trying to live their best life. And it's little things like that that just kind of make your day, you know.